Hey, how you doing? My name is Richard Dragonette, and today I'm here to talk to you about the different types of career paths that you can choose with an aviation degree. First off, I want to talk a little bit about myself and my background. I am a spokesperson for Delta Airlines. I've been doing this for about 2 years. Before that, I was a flight instructor, and I have about a total of 5 years in the aviation industry. So, to start things off, we're going to talk about three different types of career paths here. The first one is a pilot for a major airline. The second one is an air traffic controller. And the third one is a flight operation manager or airline manager. So to start it off, I want to start with an airline pilot. So what they do essentially is they fly everybody around the whole wide world in masses. Sometimes 100 people, sometimes 150 people. We really need airline pilots. There is a shortage actually, and it's a great career to get into right now because they're paying really good. Benefits include free travel, 401k matching, vacation days, and the pay is pretty good. A major airline starting pay is going to be about $100,000 for a first officer, so it's pretty good. Okay, so the next career path I'm going to talk about is an air traffic controller. So, an air traffic controller, what they do is, for the airline pilots, they control all of the airspace and provide a safe, organized way of flying, so nobody runs into each other. Benefits, pretty good. Starting pay is about $122,000, and the way it works is you are contracted by the government because it's a government agency. You have to go through air traffic controller school, and what happens is that you select 2 primary destinations you want to work at and 2 secondary destinations you want to work at, and the government drafts you and says, okay, we have an opening here you go, you have the job. That's how it works. The next thing is an airline manager. So an airline manager is in charge of any kind of operations for the airline. So they direct people, they'll go out of their way to help dispatchers, they'll go out of their way to make sure the pilots are happy, flight attendants, etc. They're in charge of the whole airline or their region. Pay is starting at about $100,000 as well. And it's also interesting because you also get the benefits of what pilots get, which is the free travel for you and any immediate family. So I was told to ask a question, and the question was based on the degree that I'm talking about today. Is it better to relocate or stay in Florida? Well, my answer to everybody out there is it's better to relocate because you want to be available to everybody, and I would relocate to somewhere in the middle of the state. Actually, as an airline pilot, breaking it down, as an airline pilot, they're going to make you relocate to Missouri or Colorado at first because it's the middle of the state and it's easy to get all around. Middle of the country, so it's easy to get around the country. Air traffic controller, you don't really have a choice, but I would pick a more undesirable destination, somebody who they don't want to go there because you have a better chance of getting the job. And as an airline manager, you want to be, again, out of Florida and towards the middle of the country because if there's a problem somewhere in New York, it won't be as much travel time to get there. Let's say it's an emergency or something. Maybe an airplane emergency lands and you need to be there. Or in California or something like that. So, in my opinion, it's best to relocate. In conclusion, we talked about 3 very interesting career paths here. We have airline pilot, which is a growing field. There's a pilot shortage. Great career to get into. Air traffic controller, if your mind's all wired like that and you can handle the stress, the pay is very good, and you'll be controlling other people. And an airline manager, which is in charge of basically the all-around airline. So 3 really good careers. Again, my name is Richard Dragonette, and thank you for letting me inform you today.